This is the Blitz 2, a professional, multi-platform mechanical controller from BigBig, or as they're now known, MOJHON, that I've been testing over the past month. This Switch-style controller body packs a lot of interesting features, but before we get into that, you should know it was sent to me by the company for review. That said, they have no say in this video content, so, as always, I'll do my best to share both what I like and dislike about it. Let's take a look at some of its standout features. The Blitz 2 is a Switch-style controller, with the grips more parallel and boxy, but it's designed for versatility. It works across PC, Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, Steam Deck, and mobile devices, so it's really aimed at players who bounce between platforms, just not Xbox or PlayStation. It's powered by a built-in 1000 mAh battery that the company estimates should yield about 10 to 15 hours on a charge, depending on gameplay and vibration settings, which holds up well with my experience and what I've been able to see from other users on Reddit. The controller also comes in two flavors, a blue and orange model with traditional potentiometer sticks at around $75 USD, and the gray and orange version, which I'm reviewing, that features TMR joysticks for just $5 more at $80. The TMR joysticks are one of the Blitz 2's headline features, and honestly one of the first things I look for in a controller in 2025. Compared to traditional potentiometer sticks, these are more precise, consume less power, and most importantly, are far less prone to stick drift over time. Out of the box, I got circularity errors around 2.5%, which is pretty solid. You can also calibrate the joysticks directly on the controller or through the companion app, just as you can with the onboard gyroscope, whose motion control can be mapped to either the left or right joystick and further refined in the app. Customization is another big focus here. Both the thumbsticks and the D-pad are swappable. The sticks come in low, medium, and high profiles, all with a grippy silicone dome surface and reinforced metallic stems to cut down on wear. For the D-pad, you can swap between a traditional cross or a raised dish design. My preference is using the dish, which is nice and large and exceptionally clicky. Though, it's worth noting that they don't include a tool to remove the D-pad, so I resorted to using a switch puller, though the thumbsticks are easily removed by hand. The Blitz 2 also has 4 customizable buttons, 2 textured paddles on the underside of the controller, and 2 extra bumpers flanking the USB-C port on the back. The paddles feel great, they're well positioned and clicky without being too easy to trigger accidentally. However, I find the extra bumpers are a little challenging to reach when using a traditional 4-finger grip, especially compared to something like 8BitDo's Ultimate 2 Bluetooth, where they're just a little bit closer. One really nice thing though, is that every button on this controller is mechanical and clicky, including the triggers. Just have a listen. One potential downside, though, is that the triggers are only digital, not analog, making them excellent for shooters and side-scrollers, but without analog input, they won't be good for racing games that require variable brake or throttle. One of the first things you'll notice on the Blitz 2 is its dedicated control panel, acting like a little chin on the face of the controller. These 4 buttons give you direct access to turbo mode to automatically pulse most of the buttons on the controller at either 5, 10, or 20 Hz, button mapping to remap any of the 4 extra paddles and bumpers on the fly, though you can also remap other buttons using the app, macro recording for capturing repeated sequences and triggering them on a single click, again with further customization available in the app, and profile switching for toggling between the 4 profiles stored on the controller, so you can set up different custom configurations for different games or systems. I usually keep one set for FPS games, one for side-scrollers, and another for Switch games like Mario Kart. With regards to comfort, the Blitz 2 weighs in at 244 grams, and it has a nice, lightly textured plastic body that feels well constructed. For grip, the Blitz 2 has silicone wrapped around most of the controller's handles, reaching right up to the bumpers on the sides and back. They're quite soft and well textured, making them really grippy, which is nice, but I have found that they can get a little bit warm and sticky if I'm in a humid environment or gaming for more than about an hour. Connectivity is another strong point, with the Blitz 2 offering X input for PC and mobile systems, in which the controller's LEDs have a green theme, as well as Switch mode that I can confirm works with the Switch 2, in which the LEDs are red. And finally, there's also a somewhat hidden PS mode that wasn't mentioned in the manual or any of the company's marketing materials, but can be triggered using the home button and Y, causing the LEDs to turn blue. On top of that, you get NFC support for Amiibo cards, wired Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz radio frequency connections that pull between 125 and a crazy 2000 Hz, which the company is proud enough of to write on the front of the controller, and deeper customization through the company's dedicated app, which I won't walk through completely, but I found to be quite complete, though not the most intuitive to navigate at first. One thing I've really liked about the app, though, is that it connects to your controller very easily and maintains that connection even while you're in-game on another system, so you can fine-tune things on the fly. So, on paper, the Blitz 2 packs a lot of customization into a well-built Switch-style controller, but what stands out to me after a month of use? The first major consideration has to be the triggers. Most of the games I play are first or third person shooters, so I appreciate the rapid fire enabled by these clicky mechanisms. They move a little bit more than most of the toggled triggers I've tried, which strikes a really nice balance between traditional and fast actuation. However, they can't be switched into analog inputs. This controller is a bit more specialized and less versatile than a lot of the competition that allow for toggling between analog and digital triggers. Additionally, as much as it's a bit of an eyesore, I've really come to like the standalone control panel of the Blitz 2. It's easy to make changes quickly without needing to remember elaborate button hold combinations. I wish more controllers would take this approach. It would have also been nice to see some ability to customize the LEDs on the Blitz 2, as they're currently locked to whatever the mode matched color is. Overall though, it's been a really responsive controller that works well across the kind of games that I play. But with more and more competitors offering similar levels of customization in the $40 to $60 price range, it's a bit of a stretch to jump up to $80 for the Blitz 2. That said, I think it's priced to separate itself from the more do-it-all competition, targeting a more intentional gamer that values a refined rapid trigger experience and 2000 Hz polling. But what do you think? Is the Blitz 2 right for you, or has something else caught your eye? Either way, don't forget to check out my affiliate links in the video description, and if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.